I have same question for both of you. You guys came out hot as pistols could fire away. You guys really hot. Talk about that hot shooting and starting out the season that way, season opening game.
I think we're really anxious to get going. I think Amber said today we were the last women's team in the nation to open up, so we were ready to go. I mean, I know there were a lot of nerves and stuff, but we were really excited. So it was, a good start offensively, but we let them right back in it, and that's something we want to work on, obviously.
Amber, you had 30 points tonight? It seems like you were hitting almost everything you threw up there. Talk about that a little bit. How about your game tonight?
I don't know. I just feel like my teammates did a pretty good job of making good pro post entries. That's kind of where I start my offensive. I don't know. That's kind of where I've been playing lately. So I guess just trying to draw a double team and getting the ball to open people as well. So
You were knocking the threes down, both of you. Talk about. Did you just feel it when you guys? I mean, at one point we were calculating it was like 10 of 16 as a team. That's pretty good shooting.
for sure, that's really good. I think we're sick of that back gym.
Yeah.
We've been stuck back in the back gym. Now they put the court out yesterday. We're excited to shoot on it and make some shots, I guess. I don't know.
Do you feel it when you're in a flow? Because you guys kind of jumped out on them. They came back, and then at 30 to 26, you kind of took off on a quick 7-0 run, and both of you guys played a role. Was there a point when you knew you guys were? Was there a point when you knew that, hey, this is our night?
I mean, I think we step on the floor every night, expecting to win, and there's always going to be runs in a game like that, and we'd make a run, they'd make a run, but this kid right here stepped up big time whenever we needed a run. We go to our player, so.
One question I have is, like you said, I'll ask you again, you guys started the season really late. Were you worried about facing a team who is in their 5th game right now, 4th officially?
Well, there's always first game jitters. Every team, doesn't matter if you're the number 1 team in America or whoever you are, there's first game jitters. But, we looked at it as kind of an advantage too, because we had film on them. We could watch film on their first 3 games, and they hadn't seen anything on us, and they had to travel to come here, and it was our home opener, so.
What does it mean playing in the dome then? You guys usually play pretty well there. Come on, Amber, tell us something.
Definitely. I think there's a lot of people that come out to our games, a lot of fans that support us here, so we just want to play well for them. Got a lot of effort in yesterday, putting the court up. A lot of people were helping us out. Little situation there, but everyone was helping us, and we kind of wanted to play for them and show them that we appreciate it, and we're going to give it everything we have, I guess.
You guys returned all 5 starters. Do you think that really helped in the second half? Because the first half ended at halftime. You guys were up 9. But in the second half, you guys kind of slowed it down and played more meticulous and ended up being up by 21 in the last few minutes. Do you think that experience was a big factor?
Yeah, obviously having players who've been in these situations before is really helpful. The coach kind of calmed us down at halftime and got us into some different looks and stuff, and I think we played with some more poise there in the second half.
How does a nice win like this to open the season, how does it help the team? Season openers are always a little bit difficult because you can't help it. We'll be a little tenuous, like you said, jitters. But you came out and played really well. So how does this help you as moving forward?
Yeah, it definitely helps us, but we kind of have the mentality of next game. That game's over. We played well, but we can play better, obviously, offensively and defensively, be tougher and that sort of thing. So we're just moving on to the next game, which is Creighton at Creighton, which is obviously one of the toughest games on our schedule. So we're just kind of moving on, I think, is our mentality.
When you play them?
Tuesday.
One last question for both of you. You seem to be able to build a lead, and then they would make a run coming back. Is that something you really need to work on, is to hold the leads
I mean, yeah, basketball is a game of runs, and you're going to have runs by us and runs by them, and obviously we want to be able to sustain that lead. We'd say, 5 more points and they're done, but that's the kind of thing that we're going to work on throughout the year, and I mean, I was just proud of the way we were able to finish it at the end, so.
Coach, this season opener, you guys played extremely well. What'd you shoot? In the first half, anyway, you're shooting 63%, and for the game, you ended up shooting 53%. That's a pretty good percentage. Talk about season openers and getting off to that fast start.
I think the one thing that I was really concerned about is that their 4th or 5th game, our first. Even though we have experienced starters coming back, it's still a first game, and I thought offensively it would take us a little while to knock some of that rust off, but we were really clean. We played through the right kids at the right time in that first half. I thought everybody had a really good mentality, catch and ready, just a very confident start to the season, and so that was nice. I thought when we got tired a little bit, we got a little sloppy with the basketball. They turned us over a little bit, and we allowed them to kind of hang around a little bit in that first half. But really liked the start, just more consistent in the second half. Those are really nice numbers, but there's still a lot of areas to obviously get better at.
One thing that I noticed was you guys were only up 9 at halftime. But in the second half, you guys became more meticulous and ran your offense more through, and you held them on defense, had them long possessions. Do you think that comes with your experience, or that they just got the first game to take us out of the way?
Yeah, I think so. I think that first half was it was knocking the rust off. Everybody's anxious. You have anxiety. You're playing a whole lot faster than we should have been. And I thought mainly defensively in that first half. We made a lot of mistakes. We had a lot of defensive breakdowns in that first half that are really stuff that is uncommon for this experienced crew. But you're right, second half, I think we locked it in a little better defensively, and we concentrated a little bit. We did a better job containing their tendencies, playing their personnel. We rebounded better, and then too, we grinded it out in the half court a little bit better. We got some ball reversals. Made them play defense in the half court, and got some good shots.
I think you just said it, what I was going to ask you, but you were forcing the action into the middle and using Boss and Hegge to really create disruption for their offense. They didn't get that many good looks from the perimeter. And then when they drove the ball, was that a concerted strategy?
Absolutely. Jody and Amber are so long for us, and they just can disrupt and contest a lot of shots. And so if we can funnel kids and penetration into them, obviously that's a positive for us. I just thought they did a better job of being in the right spot in the second half. They're post players. When they're out on the perimeter, they're not offensive threats. They don't look to shoot the basketball. First half, we were guarding them out there at 25 feet, and that was never the game plan. Well, what are you doing out there? Let's get back in the lane. And I think it was just a little more congested. We were in better help position in that second half, and better rebounding position in that second half. So I thought everybody did a nice job, again, defensively in that second half.
I think a big part of it was Patton came in as our leading scorer. She was held to 5 of 14 shooting and 11 points. Can you talk a little bit about your strategy on her?
Very, very good player. Obviously, the leading scorer in the Big Sky, I think, last year. And you can see how she can be a difficult guard. I thought when she was fresh in the first half, she was pretty aggressive, had a nice mentality scoring it. That fadeaway, you can't get to it. But I thought what was big in that second half is when our post got switched off onto her, Amber got a touch and a block. Jody got a couple blocks on her on that fadeaway. Temp, I think we just played the tendency a little better and got better contests. And then we made her play defense. And she got fatigued. And that was key.
Do you think at times, I mean, this is the first game, so it's easy, but your team seemed to show a little impatience when they get out to a big lead. Then they draw back a little bit, and that can happen in the first half. Would you have 13-point lead with 1:30 left, and all of a sudden it was 9 at halftime?
Yeah.
Happened in the second half. Is that something to? I know that's something to work on.
Absolutely, and that we made some poor decisions, maybe some quick shot selections there when we had the lead at 12 or 13. Especially that last possession of the first half. We wanted to run an action through Amber and let her control that last possession. And Lex saw an opening. She was aggressive all night. She had 12 assists. She had a great floor game. But there were those situations where we've got to understand the situation better. And I thought second half we played with a little more poise when we had the lead. It can't go from 12 to 25 in one possession. And I think we were trying to make that happen a little bit in the first half. You just need to, our mentality and our philosophy is, next possession. This is the most important possession. This is the most important possession. This is the most important possession. And I think sometimes you get a little ahead of yourselves. And great crowd tonight. I think the kids were pretty excited. They're excited to be on the new dome floor. And so I think some of the mistakes they made, you guys, were human nature. I mean,
they didn't make many. I mean,
they wanted to. I give our kids credit. They wanted to step on them early, and we just couldn't get that done.
You're 7 and 9. That's what you're from 3. You talking about Alexis? She had 12 assists. That's a career high. So you had a lot of people step up for you. So it's a good opening game, right?
It is a great opening game, and I think it's a great opening game in a lot of ways. Yeah, the stats are neat, and I thought, from your point guard, you want a very tough presence out there, and she did that, and she ran a good floor game for us, and the 12 assists. That's what you want, but also, we can work on some things at that spot, and we want better balance. I don't want Amber. I mean. Yeah, if she can score 30 every night, great, but we know that's not going to happen. I think we can involve Jody a little more, and we have to. Lex can be a better scorer for us. Our bench, I think, can score it better for us. So those are things to build on. And it was a great first game, and the fact that I think every one of our mistakes in the first half that we made defensively and even offensively when we were loose with the basketball, got exposed and turned into points. Or when we missed a rebound or a block off, turned into points. We gave them, I thought, 23 points in the first half. Second chance points, points off of turnovers, conversion baskets. And that's stuff that you really, really have to clean up as we move through this season.
Let me just add it up real quickly. Your starters hit 26 of 44 field goals and 10 of 15 from 3. That's a good starting. Tempest Williams hit a 3 that nosebleed section, right?
Tempest was really nice. She did a really nice game tonight, and that's how Tempest has been practicing. She didn't force her action. She just took what they gave her. She shot it with confidence. I'm really proud of what Temp did, and she guarded Patton, a lot of the night, and did a great job there. So those are great numbers. It's not going to be that way every night. We know that, and so the one thing that's got to be consistent for us every night is how we guard, and we can guard a whole lot better, and we're going to need to.
You seem to sub out Hegge right around media timeouts. Is that kind of just a coincidence, or have you consciously decided to sub out?
Yeah, we do that. I mean, that's the old Jordan rule. Phil used to take him out right before the medias or the quarters, I guess. Amber, she plays so hard, and when people are really physical with her, that can wear her out. And we try to get her rest frequently, and you notice she's not on the bench very long. It might be a 3-possession rest, but if you time in with those media timeouts, you can give her a little more time. And I think we see if Amber's fresh, she can be a tremendous talent for us. And that's a really nice night.